Let's go. Top 12 venue. Can you hear me? Are you hype? Let's go. Chat. I want to see you too. I can't hear you, but I can definitely see you every so often. Let's go, everybody. Going into it. Game number 1. What are they rocking?
Should be a fantastic best-of-5 set here. It looks like we're going to be seeing a return of those end parry dualies that have been making a little bit of a comeback in this tournament. That Inkjet going to be showing up. The Octobrush Nouveau also going to be a pick there from Spec. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we have the Tenatech, so more Inkjets coming out. And also the Brella, again, hindered a little bit by some of the more recent patches, but still an incredibly effective weapon at turfing and also shielding your teammates from enemy fire.
Doing the Gal. We got the Gal coming out. That ain't the new Gal. The new Gal's banned. It can't be used right now. But it looks like we got a 3-down situation coming out in, oh wow, in the favor of Eclipse. And they've already made something happen right here. The one scoring extra points, bonus points. That was a great double dunk right there.
Power clam dunk.
That's
a
really
massive
good
start there for Eclipse. And that's exactly the kind of precedent they wanted to set. Andy coming around here trying to make these end parry dualies working. The barrier comes back up for Yami. Going to be trying to get more so into the middle of the map here as they go around to this left-hand side. That's going to be one pick there for Brian, but they're going to get taken down by the one who was shielded anyway. Now they're building up a power clam of their own as a power clam is already ready for Yami. They're going to try and get out of this left-hand side here, but it's a big deficit already within the first minute, and they don't have too much map control to contend with.
And even if Eclipse manages 2 footballs, they need 1 extra clam to actually secure a lead, because of course you cannot tie in this game. They have a Yami's already, wow, it's a 1v1 situation for a second there. Yami's already set the precedent of, hey, we got the 2 footballs. If you want to get a lead, you're going to need a little bit more than that.
Big kill by Ross. I like the patience here by Brian to say, I'm not going to rush up with this power clam yet. I'm going to try and get some more map control in mid, and in tandem with that, try and build up some of that power toward the Ink Armor. Now we have a bit of contention here as Eclipse is starting to spawn back, trying to go up this left-hand side alleyway as Andy is going to get the kill there onto the
22 clams, 25
clams!
Ready,
and here comes the Inkjet, trying to get the kill into Tension, but Tension dodges it. Ross is also there on the left-hand side, and the baller is going to be detonated by Silver, but to no avail. Still, the power clam has not broken the barrier. The one's going to go down.
Oh, this is real big!
Big plays here, that will be the lead. A huge flank, the delayed triple by Silver, and that's going to be a massive effort. It's Yami takes the lead.
Why is that man Silver? That man is gold because he's in first place and he's brought his team so far to a victory. Or a little bit closer to a victory. Don't get, hold on, don't. We still got 3 minutes left. It's not over by any means.
Speaking of a little too close, Brian tried to overextend there, but was able to get back there. Is now trying to relegate himself to that right-hand side elbow as Silver has a power clam at the ready. Map control looking a little more even now as the Stingray is coming out for Eclipse, and Silver able to throw that power clam away so that he's not a target anymore. Trying to get this member who has the umbrella and that power clam at the ready. Silver gets that shot and the one will fall. Trying to camp this power clam so nobody can get over to it. It's a very smart move and something you really have to worry about. Because they only have 1 member left, it's not as big of a deal, but when you're protecting a very slim lead like this one, you need to make sure that every power clam is contended with so that they're not able to break that barrier and throw that clam in.
Right now we see some people coming around from the left. The one looking to try and get some plays coming in from behind. What they're looking to do is hope for a flank situation. Inkstorm will paint a little bit, but not before Spec can take them out with the brush. Very effective plays right there. Trying to cover up a little bit of what the Inkstorm is dishing out as they try and find the next kill. They come into their range, but no, they pull back just 1 swing too early as DJ was able to take the kill. A power clam has formed on the side of Yami, and they're looking with that baller play to try and make it in. That is going to be some extra bonus points coming out from Yami.
That's going to be a big throw there. You wanted to see the 10 missiles. Well, they are alive in this game in that Octobrush Nouveau, but we haven't seen them activated recently. Tension has that power clam at the ready that was popped after the barrier came back up, and now the Inkjet's coming out trying to get that other power clam that belongs to Yami. The one is there along with DJ in that hallway trying to get any sort of ground, but there's a beacon that they have to worry about just in case Yami's going to jump in. Looks like they're safe for the moment, and a nice block in the detonation of the curling bomb. Time is running out, though. About 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Map control looking a little more split in mid here, and that is a huge amount of clams, but it's all for naught if they can't get it into that barrier.
No kidding, and it looks like one of those clams unfortunately had to drop right back there. Look at that sneaky beacon. You got to be really careful. That ink brush isn't the normal ink brush. That is the ink brush, or the Octobrush that can place beacons. And right now, Ross coming in from the side under the cover of these bubbles. Going to be trying
that's going to be
taking the lead.
Eclipse taking the lead with under 50 seconds left to go. Andy trying to take out any stragglers that are remaining. He's able to get 1 bubble, will get taken out by DJ. Silver's going to claim credit for the revenge kill. Now needs to get some map control in mid. Eclipse has gotten most of it, and they're looking to be in a very good position here. They do finally have a penalty, but now Yami has a power clam, and they need to protect him well.
They have the power. They need 2 power clams to take back this lead because of the extra bonus they have on themselves. They need to score a lot of points in order for things to start to happen right here. And it looks like Silver going in, rushing down. That sloshing machine is going to get his bubble popped by it. But it looks like they are still managing to try and find some sort of a push. But really, Ross is doing a good job defending. I'm not sure why he's still holding that football. Might be a good job to throw it away to distract themselves, but otherwise, it looks like they are going 30 power clams.
Yami has the clams at the ready, and we're in overtime. There's a lot of map control that they don't have yet, though, and Brian's going to fall. A crucial death as the Inkjet now gets popped. Andy looking for the counter Inkjet onto DJ, and it's an in-air battle. Are we seeing Farrah's here? Trying to look for the last shot, and they won't be able to find it. They still have the power clams at the ready, and Silver's rushing forward. That's 2 dead for both teams.
It's still
Can
there,
they get in? A full wipe for Eclipse onto Yami, and that will do it. Eclipse takes the lead back and is able to take game 1.
Oh my god. From all the back and forth, from the 50-second lead change, that was so crucial, obviously, because they clearly won. But that was so important for them to get in that kind of a tense situation. How crazy do you have to be to make that play through all the bubbles? Realize that they're there. Like, the comms, the shout-outs, the going in there and getting it done. These teams know what they're doing, and they're ready to do it.
DJ being the main offensive pressure there for Eclipse, coming away with a 17 KA on that splatter shot. Now looking to come back with another victory here in game number 2. It will be Splat Zones on the Reef, and this should be a good map for the bubbles because you can just throw them under that bridge. They're not going to float away or anything. They're just going to kind of sit over the zone. You can leave them there for as long as you want. It's not entirely a huge zone either, so you don't even need that third bubble to be on the zone. 2 should be able to paint it. You can use that third one to either do what Swifty did and just kind of leave it around you in case you get attacked, or throw it at somebody who might be coming near you and see if you can get a pick out of it.
Splat Zones on the Reef is very interesting because it also has that nice little bridge above. I mean, you mentioned it is very slightly there, but like being able to run on that and have that top-down control is sort of unique because I can't think of another map in Splat Zones at least, that gives you that top-down perspective directly above the zone. So much pressure can be made of just throwing bombs down and covering people that are running in or running out. And there's so much to be said to the people who can counterplay that by keeping the people on the bridge at bay to keep their own zones safe. There's so much you have to manage on the Reef. I can't wait for it.
It's going to be a tough journey for Yami to counter DJ, who is being the main offensive presence there for Eclipse. The other members of the team, Tension kind of hanging back, being that backliner, doing a great job of sort of zoning out Yami and keeping them from getting. They had so many clams at the ready in overtime, and they just weren't able to capitalize on them. They didn't focus on map control enough in the last 30 or so seconds of the game, which didn't give them any opportunities to push forward, and it sort of rushed them into going ahead when they were going to die anyway because of it. So I'm looking to see a little bit more patience out of Yami. They do have a shorter to mid-range comp, so they do like to be more aggressive, but sometimes a little patience is all you need in order to get that objective.
There needs to be a little bit of a balance.
Right.
Sometimes you need those pushes. You need to be able to go in. You can never play one way this entire game. You need to have that flexibility of like, okay, I can play short, I can play mid, let's go into it. It looks like we're going to be seeing a Slosher Deco coming out. A slightly more newly released weapon that has both the Spinny Boy, the Sprinkler, and the good old Baller, which is going to be very effective in something like Splat Zones, I'll tell you that much.
A weapon that would have been great when that Baller meta was around, when the gold arrow spray was actually in the meta. And the Andy is going to go down there from the one, and Spec's going to look for a kill. Not quite going to find it, but they will remain safe as they jump down off that bridge. 2-down situation here for Yami, and the first tick of the zones is going to go to Eclipse. Spec looking for a good time to get some kills or even pop that splashdown, looking for an avenue to go through. And again, one of the main selling points of that hero roller or the splat roller is because you can get around the map so quickly with those curling bombs.
Oh, wow, and look at that, right? A quick little back and forth. Now it's a 1v2 situation. I'll be honest, DJ with their splatter shots, their tend attack rather, probably not going to give up the zone too easily, but unfortunately has to back off through the 2-on-1 situation right there. That being said, Brian is not ready to let go of that kill just yet. Chases him up a little bit. The curling bomb is going to come out. They have taken the lead, but that doesn't mean too much at this exact moment. That being said, another 2-down situation. DJ looking to find something. Ross actually managing to paint the map a little bit more. Wait a minute. Not able to get it, but instead Yami comes back in full force, painting that zone to its fullest degree.
Yami with a huge insurgence there. Nice job layering their attack in with that Inkstorm. They had some passive painting on the zone, and Brian going to come away with a nice kill there on DJ. That's a 2-down situation for Eclipse, who still has those bubbles at the ready from the Forge. Tension again, staying very patient and staying back to make sure they pop that special at the right time. Spec hanging out on top of the bridge, waiting for anyone foolish enough on the side of Eclipse to come down.
The baller, I hear the
baller.
here
Come the bubbles. Andy looking to stay behind the bubbles and get a kill because of it. They're going to pop the ink armor, but not do more than that. They pop 2 ink armors, in fact, but Ross will stay alive. It's a 3v2 situation now for Eclipse, but they still don't have the zone. Fantastic work here by Yami to maintain control of the objective.
What a great push that was, though, with the ballers, or the bubblers, sorry, all the ballers at once, right? You know, with the bubblers rushing in there. That was a really solid thing, but now they need to hold it for as long as they can, and good stuff from the one coming in from the top here with that tri-slosher. Wow! Making that nice trade with the other bucket at the same time, bringing back the tri-slosher, bringing it all the way back.
A flying kill there, and it's going to be an ink armor shared between all 4 members, and the bubble blower is going to be coming out as well. You can see the way that Eclipse layers their specials in on top of the other. You have the armor come out, then you have the bubbles come out after that, but we have Yami here with an armor of their own, and that's a 3-down situation on the side of Eclipse, so now Yami can continue to tick away at this penalty. We're past the halfway mark now, and the baller is at the ready for Yami too, and map control, though evenly split, is mostly in Yami's favor. They haven't really worried about the bridge too much, but Spec is taking care of that. Tension pushed all the way back, and they're getting pretty heavily pestered by Brian. Brian getting closer and closer to that ink armor, but the bubble is at the ready, so Tension can move down over by this zone and start to pop them now, and they desperately need it because they have fallen behind.
Here's something comes, and you mentioned this before, but those bubbles are so nice, but wow, so good from our roller friend there, dropping it from behind and taking out the threat that was so potent at the time. But now Yami retaining control, DJ trying to fight it, revitalizing that bubble, and is going to pop it, but it may not be enough. It was enough. I take that all back. Eclipse reclaiming the point, but now they need to hold it because Yami just jumps right in there and says, no, we had this. It's ours, and we're going to hold it too.
Ross trying to stay alive as the one falls to Brian. Brian's going to go down, though, finally, and Spec is going to stay alive over by the other side of the zone. You see how both of these teams are sort of staying on the very edge of the zone, not wanting to push too far in for the fear that they are map control will be taken away from them and they'll be attacked. Tension going back to just try and keep the zone painted. The penalties being ticked down here for Eclipse as we have about 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go. The one going to get a kill there, but they're going to get taken out as well as Andy is going to stay alive here trying to build up that baller once again. The Inkstorm maintaining that passive map control for Yami, and this has been another very back and forth game. Neither team taking the advantage for too long.
But look how much map control Eclipse has. Look at this, it's all yellow. Okay, now as we panned over, it's a little bit more blue. What?
Wow.
What?
Full wipe there as Eclipse stays
happened?
2 alive, and they'll be able to take the zone back. They're going to be able to take away their penalty for sure, and they have the ink armor at the ready. That should give Tension enough time to build up that bubble blower once again, but Yami is frantically trying to get back from spawn. Andy's going to go down already, and this is bad for them. The bubbles are keeping them from getting too far down spawn. DJ's locking down this objective even further. The bubbles are still hanging around, and that penalty is gone. There's a very real possibility here that Yami could lose the lead.
Look at this, though. Eclipse doing a good job holding and noticing the person behind them. Great job adjusting.
Big
However,
flank, though.
Yami adjusts it as well and is now taking control over the zones again, stopping Eclipse's push, and that's something Eclipse cannot afford right now. 16 seconds left to go. They have a chance, but they need to get out there now. They have put a little bit of damage onto Brian, but they need to secure this kill. Otherwise, it's all for naught. 8 seconds to go. They have 28 points to make do with. However, oh no, that pick 1 left alive, and that is going to be it. The game going to Yami.
A very back and forth game. They're on the reef, but it will eventually go to Yami. I love the tenacity Yami showed. Even when they were 3 down, they were able to come back over overwhelming odds over things like the bubble blower right by their spawn, keeping them from getting in. They were still able to find the picks. Silver being a big part of that as they flanked around and distracted the members that were on the zone with that umbrella. Even though they didn't get very many kills out of it, they were able to allow the rest of the team, the rest of Yami, to filter in now that the bubbles are gone, and they were able to get that objective back before Eclipse made too much headway. So we have a 1-1 set. We are now guaranteed a game 4 that will give us at least one more map and mode combination to contend with, which I am always happy to see. But we now move on to our game number 3, which will be tower control on Mako Mart. We're guaranteed that game 4, which will be Rainmaker Blackbelly. Should be a very fun, hectic mode. And if we need a game 5, that Splat Zone Sport mackerel that you were talking about.
You said tenacity. That describes like what is necessary for something like that. The willingness to never give up, to get right back in there, to adjust. Don't get down. Don't get down. Splatoon is a game where you can get the picks and get the momentum that you need, but you just got to be willing to never give up on it. It's so important. But yes, tower control, Mako Mart, Mario Mart, whatever you want to call this
Mario
thing.
Kart.
Mario Kart, Mario Kart Mart.
I feel like it's a little easier to sort of bolster yourself in a LAN environment because you're feeding off a live crowd. You're also seeing the energies and the emotions of your teammates as well as you're doing well and when you're doing poorly. So it's very important that you maintain your composure. If you're winning, you can pop off and sort of bolster your team. That way, give them a little bit of confidence. Say, hey, we have the momentum now. We've got this. We can do this. But if you lose, you need to be very, very careful not to take it too personally because there are still plenty of games left here, especially in a 1-1 environment. There's still 2 wins required in order to come away with the set. So maintaining those emotions, keeping them in check, that's going to allow you to maintain that aim and that muscle memory that you've worked so hard to build. And now we'll have to see who can come away with this game number 3. It's going to be a very important one.
Okay, let's get right into it. What do we have coming out from our teams? Looks like we have a Forge coming out on the side of good old Tension. Coming out from Tension, rather. A little bit of a scuffle for this original point. Everyone just running right in. No one's taking some time to paint this. Everyone's running right into the action here.
We do see the Hero Octobrush coming out. That should not change the sub and special of the regular Octobrush. Spec going to be piloting that. That still should have the Autobomb and the Inkjet. And that's a 2-down situation for Eclipse as Yami continues to push forward here. The first push of the game is going to go to them. And Spec is looking for the right opportunity to use this Inkjet. Meanwhile, Andy's power armor is going to run out. That's a big double kill there. Spec is going to get some with the Inkjet. But Jay is going to be able to take him out. Popping the bubbles as well. And that should be the end of the push as Tension rides that tower back to mid.
That's very good. They got rid of the first checkpoint. That's really important. But now, it's about if you can get rid of the second one. Hey, the point sensor is coming out. We talked earlier about how Toxic Mist might be the better one. But honestly, if you are marked by point sensor, there's no need for callouts. You know every frame of where the enemy is. Sometimes that's just so much more valuable.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big trade there. That final shot of the Inkjet is going to be ending up trading there with Brian as Silver still riding the tower trying to get an extension on the lead. The baller is at the ready, but he has to be very careful when he pops it because it can't really climb that tower very well. Spec popping another Inkjet, but the Stingray is targeting him down so heavily. Not really going to come away with too much, and the Yami push continues. Trying to find some picks with that 52 gal, but the RNG on the shots can be very difficult, especially when you're in the air. 2 down for both sides as Brian is going to maintain control of the tower and keep pushing it forward. As long as he stays alive, his teammates can jump to him, but that might be the end of the push. Silver staying alive, but he's not too interested in maintaining the tower push for the moment.
It keeps going back and forth just when you think the push is over. Never mind, we got someone else on the point. In this case, it finally has ended, but wow, we had like 3 back and forths right there. Now Ross trying to chase down Andy, but doesn't want to overextend too much. Very smart plays. And look at the range, the width of that point sensor. That covers so much. That shuts down way more than a Toxic Mist would, of course, without the same kinds of debuffs.
I really like the way Eclipse has gotten that map control back. Tension, though, going to go down to a well-placed shot there from Andy, who gets just absolutely attacked there. The one located, but will stay alive on the tower, and that's a full wipe onto Yami by Eclipse, who will now gain the lead. Big push there as they're now past the halfway mark and will get onto that second checkpoint. Continuing to push forward here, and there's that point sensor you were talking about. Anybody that was on the tower is now located, and Andy's going to try and use these ink rails here to get on the tower. That's 1 kill there, but he'll fall as well. 2 down for both sides. 3 down now for Eclipse, and it's only the tri-shot shooter.
That's a wipe!
They'll go down a full wipe there, but at what cost? All the way to 16 is the push that Eclipse got. So Yami, with just under half the time remaining, will really need to be patient, focus on that map control, and start to get those picks that they need in order to get that next push going.
And right now, Brian coming from the left. See?
Big direct.
See, that's the thing. With the point sensor, no call-out can replicate what just happened. With a blaster, you can get directs from around the corner. That's the difference between a 1-shot and a 2-shot is catastrophic. And right now, Brian, with 3 people marked on the enemy team, does try to manage to get a splash out. But DJ, despite being marked, still manages to get the kills.
Essentially a full wipe there forced by Eclipse onto Yami as that bubble blower is still ready. They'll be able to have those on the tower, and the one also activating that ink armor. The Toxic is coming out, but it's not going to have much of an effect as it's not on the actual portion of the tower. Tension now going to be popping those bubbles as Yami's trying to focus the tower as it gets to where that checkpoint used to be. Jay focusing them with that inkjet, but won't find any picks. The Octobrush trying to take on Tension, but Tension just continuously firing, says, no thank you, sir, I don't want any. A full wipe there forced by Eclipse on the Yami yet again, and they will reach that 3rd and final checkpoint. This could be devastating for Yami if they can't get to the point using this ink rail, but Spec will go down. Tension staying alive for the moment, but Brian will stop that push. Gets another shot there onto Ross, and they'll go down. That's a beautiful full wipe. That'll at least give Yami another shot to take this one into overtime.
I can't stand the set, man. It just wipe after wipe. Oh my gosh, it's like the cleaners in here. Silver coming in here with the baller. Gonna be trying to take people out before his baller is taken out. But now DJ on the offensive. Gonna be trying to take out more people from Yami. Trying to regain control. They know they have the 3 mark. They know that. They can play defensive for all they care. But right now, Yami needs to try so hard to get in there. Right now, they have a 1 down. They do manage to get down that player. However, Andy, now with a little bit of control in the higher ground, needs to get something started. The Ink Armor has come out. But now Spec, using that Ink Armor, unfortunately was not able to get the kill because they had Ink Armor as well.
The one essentially taking on a 3v1, and they're going to end up losing that battle. DJ, however, popping that Inkjet. I love the way that they position. They remind me of Taylor from Deep Blues in that they never fire more than 4 or 5 shots without repositioning. And that's how they're able to win so many 1v1s. Andy going to try and stay over by the tower and build up that Ink Armor. That's going to be crucial in this overtime push. They have 3 specials, including the Ink Armor at the ready. Now Silver going to be popping the baller to try and get anyone from the Eclipse that's coming down from spawn.
Look at him go! Look
Ross
at him go!
doesn't see him, and that's going to be almost a detonation, but Ross gets away, jumping back to spawn. And now that Stingray's coming out on the tower at the crucial opportunity.
Oh, it's 1v1!
It's a 1v1!
It's a 1v1!
And that's a big
He gets the pick! That's
Ross,
it! Look at the
squid
dance!
bagging on the ground in celebration, and
my
Eclipse
gosh.
will take a massive 2-1 game lead in this set.
The re-ray coming in, saving that all. A 1v1 situation, Zach. Wow. I can see, I'm looking at you as you commentate.
We're not even done with this set yet.
You're clutching your headphones to your ears. You're leaning forward. You're getting so, we're all getting into it. Are you kidding me? People in the crowd are popping off. Everyone's popping off in this kind of a set.
I do want to mention the KDs from Eclipse there. I believe 18, 18, and 17. So a full offensive assault going out by Eclipse onto the members of Yami. And Yami currently not able to respond in kind. We're going to a game 4 now, which will be Rainmaker on Blackbelly. And this is basically the land of aggressive play. It's such a small map. You have to focus your attention on the middle portion of the map because the Rainmaker sits there. It's so tempting to go there to try and just pop that shield and get a quick early jump, but jumping down gets you like 20 or 30 points already, so it's going to take a knockout on here, for my opinion, I guess, in order for one of these teams to win, because I don't see this one going to full time.
I said it before, but the amount of pushes you need in order to try and get something like this happen. Sometimes it doesn't work on the first one, sometimes it doesn't work on the second one. The coordination and defense, especially the defense. I feel the defense is probably the most important part. How well they can hold those couple of choke points right before the key zone. Oh, obviously it comes down to attack and defense, but really, this map tests it all.
And this map really does test how willing you are to go for kills. One overextension can make or break the game in this case, because the Rainmaker can be dunked in an instant on this map. And if you go over and you overextend and you cause your team to go 2 or 3 down, that could be the game. It's so punishing on a map like this one to where it's a lot better in some situations to let them come to you if you're confident that you can either outrange them or outduel them. But the way Eclipse is playing, that's going to be pretty difficult for Yami to achieve. If they can force a Game 5, that would be huge. The Game 5 set, Splatzones on Port Mackerel might play a little bit better to their strengths, but for now, they'll have to contend with the monster here. Rainmaker on a Blackbelly.
First round of top 12, huh? All right, sounds good to me. Goodness me, we see that 52 gal going to be coming out. Going to be trying to get a couple kills. Not going to be painting too well, but at least going to be trying to get something. Like this point sensor, really, it just marks 2 people, pardon me, right off the bat. Spec going to be trying to climb up from the side right here and locate anyone he can. But it looks like, wow, a nice attempted push right there, but everyone pretty much ends up dying because of it.
You can see they barely moved the Rainmaker at all, and already they're almost to the halfway point. Silver going to be taking it over into this left-hand side half pipe. And he's going to be blazing a path for him using that baller. Going to be popping up to see if anyone's waiting in the wings, but nobody is. Ross and DJ flanking around to try and get over there. Ross will go down. DJ's going to be able to get the Rainmaker and looks for the double kill, but Andy is ready. Only one member's left alive, and it is Tension. Can Tension be the defense that Eclipse needs? Spec is bum rushing this Rainmaker. Will they be able to get further? They stay alive. Can they go around? Which side will they go on?
Wow.
They'll go down. A little indecisiveness costs them, and they will get stopped at 23.
It's not over.
The push is not over.
Oh, we still have 2 people alive, and the baller comes out. Look at this coordination, keeping people around again, paving that path for the Rainmaker, and holding it. He got it. And that at least cements that it is in their hold for now. We have a couple people coming in, you can see from the top here, but DJ trying to shut out their approach as best as they can.
The scary thing is, on Black Belly, 23 is not a safe push per se. It could very easily be taken over again. And it looks like Eclipse is going to be taking a footnote here from Yami and going over to this left-hand side half pipe. Ross staying very far back, just trying to pick anyone off, and they will succeed as Brian goes down on the sniper perch. Tension trying to blaze a path here as DJ is going to be that aggressive 10 attack that they're meant to be. They are located though, so they have to be very careful. Silver going to get detonated as the bubbles go down, and that's going to be a big opening here as there's a path already ready for Eclipse to push forward. There's another baller though, and it'll be stopped again. This could be a big push here for Eclipse. The Stingrays at the ready, but they aren't going to be able to use it with that Rainmaker in tow. They have a path,
it's a
full wipe. That should be it for the set.
Dunk.
Eclipse, the 3-1 victory over Yami, knocking them into the loser's bracket.
Wow. Wow. Got up there.
My.
See, that's the thing with Rainmaker. It's so, if you can get a wipe, that's at least like 50 points on some maps. And in that case, they were under the 50 mark. They got in there and they got the dunk. Nice, solid 3-1 situation. And yeah, they're moving on. But don't forget, yeah, as you mentioned, we got a loser's frag. It's still going. We still got to go through all of that before, well, pretty much anything goes on any further. The teams get another breath of life here. It's not like they're out just yet. They again, I brought it up before. There have been some great losers runs throughout the history of Nintendo games.
Eclipse, as a reminder, coming up through the redemption bracket, taking on Yami, who made it through the top 12 just based on yesterday's Swiss performance. They will now knock Yami into the loser's bracket as Eclipse moves on, I believe, to take on Komodo. So another fantastic matchup in the making there. Of course, we'll shift focus and probably go to a separate game. I believe we'll be watching Team Olive versus the winner of Deep Blues and Shoal Essence. I'll get some clarification on that later. But for now, what a fantastic opening to this top 12. A lot of tenacity, as I said, a lot of aggressive play, and both of these teams really hungry for that win. Eclipse, though, able to eke it out.
All I could have asked for is a Game 5.
Yes,
that's all I just
wanted
wanted to see more. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to see more. Right now, all of our players put in so much energy, so much time. The players are getting wild. The audience is getting wild. This is looking like a really nice day 2. I thought day 1 was good. I thought day 1 was good.
But now we are left with the top caliber teams that are present at G5. I'm so excited to see what strategies they bring out. The map lists for these, I have to give credit to EndGameTV, especially AC. These map lists look absolutely fantastic. I was so excited to see Clam Blitz on Wale, and it's just a fantastic map. All the maps in this set were very, very fun to watch. We had a good juxtaposition of sort of, you know, long range and symmetrical, and then you had like the sort of shorter gimmicky maps like the Reef and Black Belly. So a good mix here. I'm hoping that continues in the further sets.
I would fully agree, honestly. Like the map variety has been very solid. We're waiting for the players to get on ready here, and I think we might take a short break in a little bit. We will be back soon, but otherwise, I'm looking forward to seeing what we got. We got a lot of great teams left in this, and I can't wait.
We've got a lot of Splatoon left for you guys. It has not nearly begun. Not only do we have a winner's bracket, but we have a loser's bracket that's best of 5. A lot of tournaments only have best of 3 losers brackets, so it's not going to be nearly as, you know, gimmicky. You can kind of take 2 wins off of a team. It's going to be, you have to win 3 good matches against an opponent, but that is going to do it for us right now. We will be going over to our next game momentarily. Thank you guys so much.